Welcome to a guided meditation where today, because it's a significant day for many of us, some might even say we've all gone into surgery together, going into the operation room, but we're going to stay awake during the operation. So being mindful, being patient. Today we're going to cultivate and practice patience. Patience is actually the highest virtue. Did you know that? That's actually the highest, the toughest. There are beings in other realms who spend eons developing patience. Just patience. You know how long an eon is? 1 billion years. Yeah. So if you can cultivate patience for just these moments that we're together and working with whatever is happening, that is really helpful. That's a step in the direction of really waking up and being mindful for yourself and for others and not contributing to the collective unconscious of greed, hatred, and delusion. So let's practice working with this. Please find a comfortable posture. It helps to have a posture where you're upright and supported. That's the most effective posture. But if you have pain, I could see where you'd want to do reclining, or it also helps to not have the upper back supported, but your lower back supported, so that there's a kind of a little bit of a sitting in the middle with your posture, because then the energies can really flow. So I'll begin with 1 ring of the bell, and I'll end with 2 rings of the bell after my dedication, so you can stay with it all the way through my dedication. And we'll be focusing on the breath. The breath is an appropriate meditation object for all humans. It's very, very helpful. It was what worked for the Buddha and the Buddha's awakening. And so the Buddha said that this is appropriate for all. And so we'll be working with the breath and also working with our mind, cultivating patience. Okay? All right? Let's begin. So just taking some time to settle into your posture and just being comfortable where you're at. You may need to stretch, get a crick out of your neck, loosen your shoulders a little bit. Just really breathe in. Sometimes we're pinching off oxygen as we're coming into this space of sitting. And just like a dog sort of curls its tail and it goes around and it goes around and around and then it settles down, and just give yourself that time to come into this space and just sort of settle in. Just being here. And checking if there's any tension in your jaw. If you can loosen, open your jaw. And just rest your tongue lightly against the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. And then checking your shoulders to relax your shoulders and even them out. Coming down to your, feeling the energy down your arms and into your fingers. You might actually still be sort of clutching and have tension in your fingers. Just letting your hands relax. It could be one on top of the other, or just both open and relaxed in your lap. And just checking to see, how are you breathing right now without judging it, just noticing. What is the breathing like right now? Does it feel sort of shallow? And if it does, that's okay. We're just noticing it. And then slowly and patiently making adjustments. And if the mind is rather busy, one of the ways we can work with patience is to set it aside. Intentionally set aside the busy mind. You can imagine that it's like a big ball of yarn that's all tangled. And you're just not going to untangle it right now. You're just going to set it over on the side table next to the couch. And you trust that you'll get to that later. And just return to the breath. Feeling the breath. Having the sense door of touch is really helpful for us to notice the results of our focus on the breath. Because we can see and we can feel if it's a more nourishing and pleasant and fulfilling breath. And we can feel the breath at the abdomen or in the center of our chest, or you can feel it at the nose, wherever you feel it's most natural for you. But if you feel it inside in the chest area or in the belly, it's a little juicier. You get a little more feedback because you can actually start to relax the muscles in the abdomen and let your belly hang out and really let the breath energy come in and move in and through you. And sometimes as you're really aligning with the breath, you feel a need to swallow. And that's actually really good That means the energies are starting to come together. And so when you're swallowing, just really feel the swallowing. Let yourself feel that. And then return to the breath. We're working with the air element, and the water element comes into it from time to time with the need to swallow. It opens the throat area, letting the breath energy move in and out more naturally. And that's what we're doing, is we're just letting this be natural. Patience is often nurtured with honesty and kindness. You can just notice if the mind has gotten busy again, and that's honest. And then just come back to feeling the breath. And your attention may also just notice my voice coming in, and then the quietude. And just allow your experience to be in the forefront, letting my guidance recede into the background so that your experience is primary. Just staying with the sensations of the breath. Seeing if you can attend with a little bit more interest. This is a subtle practice. One of the ways we stay right in the center of patience is noticing if our attention has gotten a little bit too tight or too loose. You just give yourself a simple self-assessment. Just introducing some skills for just being with what's arising right now. And just noticing your energy. If it's starting to wane, feeling tired, you might be a little too tight in your focus. And you also might need to bring in some in-breath. The in-breath is uplifting, inspiring, and invigorating. And the out-breath is more relaxing. So just see what you need right now. We're just learning to be receptive to what's most wholesome within us. Just allowing that in. And see what harmonizes in your system. And if you're drifting off, refresh your intention. Each breath that you take in quietude and kindness like this is enhancing your resilience and your ability to work with this human life. One of the ways that we also work with patience is use the metaphor of the oak tree, the tall, old oak. So we can actually breathe down through our legs, down through our calves. Imagine the breath energy going down into the earth below you, spreading out like the roots of the tree, grounding your energy down into the earth. And then breathing that energy from the earth in through the bottom of your feet and up through your legs into your torso. Your torso being like the trunk of the tree. Sending that energy down into the earth. And then inviting that earth energy back into your torso, into the hara, just below the belly button. You can just bring it in. And you may also want to offer some of this breath energy to others who need it in the world, to those you're sitting with here and now, perhaps to someone in your family or your group of friends. Radiating the goodness of patience and kindness and understanding from your practice. And just as the oak tree stands firm in the storm and weathers through many changes, so too we can do this. With each breath, may we all understand the importance of our lives, meeting inevitable difficulties throughout the day with more patience, kindness, and understanding. May we each cultivate our inner wisdom, self-respect, and compassion to serve as sources of healing in our troubled world. And may we all free our hearts and minds to awaken further each day.